Welcome back. Women are dying by the dozens. Violent deaths on the streets of Iran. But there is a new twist tonight to their bloody fight against the Ayatollah and his leadership there. Some of those who are being beaten to death are just girls. One of the dead protesters, a 16-year-old named Mika Shakrami. She went missing after telling a friend that she was being chased by the police. Mika's aunt and uncle told state media that she, quote, fell from a building. But a source says those statements were forced confessions. And her death certificate says something quite different. Multiple injuries caused by blows with a hard object. Two other female protesters also died under mysterious circumstances. 22-year-old Hadis Najafi was killed on September 21st. Her family says she was shot to death by security forces, but that the officials, well, they asked her father to say that she died of a heart attack. And 16-year-old Shirin Behzadi, she died on September 23rd. A source told Amnesty International that security forces beat her head with batons and that authorities told her family to remain silent. It all started when last month, 22-year-old Mahsa Amini was arrested for not wearing her headscarf. And actually she was wearing it, she just wasn't wearing it properly. She died in Iranian police custody. And in protest, Iranian women began publicly cutting their hair and burning their headscarves. The result, live bullets, metal pellets, and tear gas, and at least 82 people dead. 30 of those dead just on Friday, which is a day that's now being called Bloody Friday. The violent deaths of these girls and women have been like gasoline on a fire. It did not have the effect that all those religious leaders were hoping. Even more women are now flooding out into the marches, including schoolgirls. Schoolgirls who have defiantly walked out of class. Look at these kids. Look at these kids. They walked out of class. And many of them removed their hijab, their head coverings. And then what they're saying is even more important. Death to the dictator. Try saying that on the streets of Iran and see what happens to you. These are schoolgirls. The protests are spreading too. Italy, Spain, Turkey, Belgium. And in France, where they're protesting, they're doing something more. Check this out. Oscar winners Juliette Binoche and Marion Cotillard posting images of themselves cutting off their hair in solidarity with their Iranian sisters. And America has joined the uprising in Iran as well. At least on paper we have. Joe Biden today issued sanctions against 7 senior Iranian officials. Before today, President Biden had been criticized for not doing enough to help those protesters. But he is walking a hell of a tightrope. He's trying to reach a nuclear deal with Iran, since there's really been no international oversight there since 2018, when President Trump ended the last deal that was in the works. But at the same time, he is publicly praising what he calls the brave women of Iran. Shirin Behzadi, she fled Iran after 1979, the revolution, and she's now the president of her own company. She still has family living in Iran, and she joins me live. Shirin, thanks so much for being with me. When I lay that all out, and I mention that Biden's really walking a tightrope here, he's trying to make sure that Iran doesn't get, nuclear weapons, but at the same time, he's desperately trying, I think, to support, basic human rights. It must be very hard for you, watching from this side of the world, trying to come to terms and rationalize what he's doing. What do you think of his efforts?
Well, first of all, Ashleigh, thanks for having me and thanks for covering this. I'm not a politician. I'm not a reporter. I'm a business person. I've tried my best ever since I immigrated to the United States to live a productive life as many immigrants have. But at this point, with this movement, silence is betrayal. As you mentioned, you have schoolgirls. The kind of courage and bravery you see on the streets of Iran is unbelievable. We have women, we have men, we have young and old, we have people that are religious and non-religious, all rising to ask for basic, foundational, fundamental human and civil rights. What the United States exemplifies in the world still today is leadership. And as leaders, we need to show our support for what's going on in Iran. I understand that politics gets complicated. I personally want to stay away from it, but the question here is, how do we give the people of Iran, who are, by the way, in 80-some cities demonstrating, have been demonstrating for weeks, risking their lives, as you mentioned, and as well, their university students involved, we need to give them a voice. Internet has been
So you know what? Here's the problem, Shirin. Giving them a voice is even physically, technically difficult because the Iranian government has been, cutting the internet. So it's hard to even get these images out that we're seeing on the screen right now. I know that you have family there. So 2 questions. Have you been able to keep in contact with them, given the fact that, communications are just so spotty? And then the second question, are they worried? Are they scared? And are they telling you things that even we're not seeing on the screen?
Yes, it is very difficult to connect. People are somber, people are scared, people are concerned, but also angry, but also clearly have reached a boiling point where they're hitting the streets. I understand that giving them internet access is difficult, but there are ways that we can support, promote, technology companies that can open up some opportunities for people to be able to communicate. Human rights organizations have to step in here. You're absolutely right. There are stories after stories, Bible stories of university students being attacked. They're cornered. They close the doors on them and attack them to bring fear. There have been people that have been arrested, and people don't hear from them. So at the end of the day, this is a crisis, and I believe that we all owe it to ourselves as citizens of the world to step in to help with internet access, to give them a voice, to do coverage like you are doing right now, Ashleigh.
Well, and also just pay attention, right? Pay attention when human rights are being violated and little girls are getting beaten up in the street just for wanting to uncover their head. We'll continue to cover it. We'll have you back as well. Shirin Behzadi, thank you so much for being on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.